Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of AZZARO's Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense and the Parfum. I have gotten so many questions ever since I started my channel on my thoughts on this fragrance line. So today I thought it would be fun to sit down, explore the two scents, put them side by side. I feel like they are now two of the more popular options that people tend to gravitate towards because of the discontinuation of Wanted by Night. And I know that I've smelled that one and I know that I like it. It was a long time ago and I had no idea that it was going to be discontinued. I feel really bad. I wish I would have gotten a bottle, but anyways, now we're going to be talking about the Most Wanted, and we're going to go ahead and start with the Eau de Parfum Intense, which was launched in 2021. This is a very sexy cardamom fragrance, very aromatic, very warm, very ambery. Pretty simple note breakdown with this one. We have cardamom, toffee, and amberwood. Very simple. This is very sexy stuff though, even just in the air. Before I even put this strip up to my nose, there's something very appealing about this one. Sweet and appealing. Anything that is typically manly, kind of spicy like that cardamom, mixed with something slightly sweet, slightly edible like that toffee note. It's just an instant hit and very sexy. It's always a win. It just keeps things interesting. And this is a very, very sweet scent. Gives off some very playful, very fun, outgoing vibes. Definitely more of a nighttime scent. I can tell just from the get-go that this is something that would be reserved more for a date night. Maybe the color of the bottle gives that away a little bit. This kind of black matte bottle. It comes off very strong in the opening. You guys always give me crap for putting the test strip up to my nose, like all the way touching my nose, which you're right, by the way. I shouldn't do that. It's just a habit. And with this one, I'm not even doing that. It's very strong, even off the strip. This scent is not here to play around. It's very powerful and maybe even a little borderline too much for some people. I could see this one being something that could become a little headache inducing. And the scent itself seems to be pretty simple, just like the notes. It's pretty simple, pretty linear. It's sweet. There's a little bit of this kind of, not exotic, it's cardamom really exotic, but this very creamy, beautiful cardamom with this kind of sweet, almost candy-like toffee with something a little woody, warm underneath. Borderline abrasive. I'm telling you, there's gonna be some people out there that this one is too strong for. And I might be one of those people. I could see this being a little headache inducing. This is not something I would recommend to people out there that are very sensitive to fragrance. But that being said, it is still very good for a night out when you want to stand out, when you want to like just hit the town, you want people to be able to smell you, you want to turn heads and you want to get compliments, because that is one of the biggest parts of the equation of getting compliments is your fragrance has to be very strong and people have to be able to smell it. That's definitely not going to be a problem with the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. A lot of fresh cardamom with that sweet toffee. All the sexiness comes from that cardamom and that playfulness comes from the toffee. Pretty simple but very strong. It dries to a softer, warmer, woody base. On the heavier side, very loud. This is for people out there that love beast mode scents and they want something that is simple but works every time. Cardamom, you can never go wrong with a beautiful cardamom scent. Definitely will garner a lot of compliments, a lot of attention, because this one projects and it's loud. We're gonna move on to the Parfum. Do a little side-by-side comparison. I only have a sample of this one, sadly. This is what we are working with here. So this one was released in 2022. So the 2023 release was the Eau de Parfum, which I do have as well, but I've talked about that many times on my channel. I really love the Eau de Parfum. This one is more of a warm, woody vanilla scent with some spice too. There's something very interesting about this one in the opening. It has ginger woods and bourbon vanilla. AZZARO is not giving much away with the notes that they release, and you're going to get this very subtle, rich booziness coming from that bourbon vanilla. Something just slightly boozy in this, and I love this ginger vanilla combination. It's not something that you see very often, especially in masculine designer perfumery. It makes it unique because it adds this spice, but it does it differently. It's not in the same way as having spice from pepper or even cardamom. Like it's something that feels unique. And I like the way that the ginger is done in this. It feels very creamy versus very like punchy. The combination works really well. The scent still has a lot of sweetness, but there's still something a little unique here. Maybe even a little more gourmand than the Eau de Parfum Intense, but not in such a strong way. It's more gourmand, but it's not stronger. This one is less loud. It's more gentlemanly. This is a great one for men out there that like vanilla scents. They want something that is a beautiful, rounded, dimensional vanilla. Incredibly sexy, alluring, and inviting, versus the Intense is a little more in your face, demanding. Like I said, gentlemanly. This is a scent that is very easy to wear. I think it will be a little bit more versatile as well than the Eau de Parfum Intense. The Parfum for me is going to work in many different situations. It's not just going to be a date night scent. It's perfect for a date night scent. There's something very romantic feeling about the Parfum. I could see this being worn one year round, because you can rock these types of scents in the summer. I think the way that the ginger is done in this will make it work in the warmer weather, more for the nighttime. Still something that you could wear day to day if you really wanted to, versus the Eau de Parfum Intense is just a little more like reserved for the night hours. This is a very, very attractive scent. The ginger gives it this very nice freshness, kind of in the realm of lavender, like what lavender does to a scent, but different. I keep saying unique. It is done differently than most masculine scents. This is creamier. It's less green than a lavender note would be. The ginger is absolutely wonderful in this. And I like it because it doesn't give it like what you would think of. It doesn't give it this kind of like cooking spice, right? Like you either think of ginger as very fresh, zesty, or kind of like a ginger cookie, right? It's really neither of those. It's kind of right in between with a little bit of this creaminess. This is seriously an underrated note. I love ginger. Like I said, this one could be worn in more occasions, but the Intense has a little bit more of a playful side than this one. The Intense actually ends up drawing a little bit soapy, so keep that in mind. But this one, on the other hand, is just a warm, beautiful, kind of slightly boozy spiced vanilla. A great alternative to things like Parfum de Marly Altair. Kind of in that same realm, not quite as much going on as there is in Altair. It's a little bit different, the spices are different, but it's a better alternative than things like Mercedes-Benz Club Black, which is what people mostly compare to Altair, but honestly, I like the Most Wanted Parfum even better than that scent. I wasn't a huge fan of the Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is honestly probably one of the best in this category, this kind of spiced vanilla category for men. And because it is so much better than Mercedes-Benz Club Black, mouthful, I think it is worth the little bit of the price bump between the two. I am obsessed. And if you are finding yourself being torn between the two, this is what I will say. The Intense is for a guy that wants something very loud, very sweet, something that is going to pull a lot of attention, dries a little bit soapy, a little bit sweet, and the Parfum is for someone that wants something that is also a compliment magnet, but feels a little bit more elegant, a little bit more dressy, more romantic, more gentlemanly. It's for the guys out there that like vanilla with a twist. Personally, I prefer the Parfum. There's just something very rich about it and special feeling about it too, especially for a designer scent. I think that the Eau de Parfum Intense just kind of blends in a little too much with other designer scents that are out there that are available. I think that the Parfum is a little more unique and just a little bit more different. The Parfum is more versatile, could be worn year round, during the day, really any time that you'd want. It's a total winner for me. I am so happy to have discovered it, and I will definitely be upgrading from this little sample size as soon as possible. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. The Eau de Parfum Intense is also good, but it's just for someone that wants something very loud, very playful, and attention grabbing, which there's nothing wrong with that. So guys, that is my video for today. The Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense versus the Parfum. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of today's video. Which one do you prefer? I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.